Hello there, Romans here and welcome to my next music review. Today is going to be Imagine Dragons Evolve.
Music review. Music review.
Imagine Dragons is a band that became popular back in 2012 with the release of their debut album. I think pretty much everybody was exposed to their songs Radioactive and Demons. I don't think they really recaptured the success of their first album with their second one. I've actually heard their first album. I was listening to it at the time when it came out. It was very U2-ish with the more pop than rock, but it was a pretty cool album. Now, I've heard the new album 9 times. I'm not sure why that's relevant. The lead singer promoted the new album as being an evolution of Imagine Dragons. The very first thing you're gonna notice, even when listening to the first song, I don't know why, is the use of keyboards and the overall electronics. I think the whole record has just really a lot of electronics as a part of production and part of arrangements, and maybe this is a change that the Imagine Dragons were talking about. For example, you already mentioned I Don't Know Why is a song that I could imagine The Weeknd performing. It kind of reminds me of Can't Feel My Face. Then, for example, Start Over is a song that I could imagine Justin Bieber performing. I know that there might be a lot of hate, like, Justin Bieber, are you kidding? But I think that a couple of his new songs are pretty cool. With these songs, they are kind of taking the direction that most of pop musicians or pop performers today are taking. So Imagine Dragons are probably becoming more pop. I don't know why they are sometimes considered to be rock band. I don't really think there's anything rock about their music. It's really a pop rock with a bigger focus on pop, with a lot of electronics, but there are a lot of other influences. Like, for example, we've got some hip hop and rap influences.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Dipping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling its vulturous. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born around.
But I think that what really surprised me the most was the first 2 songs I've heard from the record. I was actually having a lesson at my school, and some of my students, we had some freer lessons as it's the end of the school year, and some of the students, they were like, let's listen to some songs. And they were like, let's play Imagine Dragons. And I could see that they had new songs. So the very first song I've heard was Thunder. And when I've heard the song, after the first listening, I was like, huh. I couldn't say if I liked the song or not. And then I've heard the song Believer.
Pain, you made me, oh, you made me a believer.
Both of these tracks are really great. They are very non-cliche like.
Pain, let the bullets fly and let them rain.
If we talk about pop music, words like cliche and predictability are usually 2 of the terms that you come across most often. But these 2 songs are anything but. They are very, what I would call them like an art pop, even though that's the title of Lady Gaga's 2013 album, which I really love. But I would call this style art pop because it's pop music, but it's made in a pretty artistic way. I also love those backing vocals that are everywhere on a record, and even the song Thunder has those vocals, which remind me sort of their single from their previous album, Smoke and Mirrors, called I Bet My Life, which has those sort of backing vocals, like, for example, from the song Some Nights from Fun, which is one of the best songs in terms of backing vocals. And these 2 songs made me really interested in the record. Interesting thing is that the rest of the album is more headed towards that traditional, I don't really want to say predictable, but not that original or artistic pop music. So it's a very easy music for your ears. It's not a music you have to listen to a lot of times to get all the melodies. The songs are very straightforward and very easily rememberable, which is kind of I think that it was kind of an odd choice to pick Thunder and Believer as singles, but I think that it actually worked for me, so there might be some logic behind it. So generally the songs are very, very uplifting. They are very positive songs, with the only exception being the song Dancing in the Dark. That's the last song on the record, which is a very dark, weird, sort of an ambient-ish kind of song. If you don't really focus on listening to that record and this song comes in, you may think to yourself, am I listening to the same band? This record has enormously big production. I don't think this is a production new band could have from a studio. I don't think they could afford that. You've got, apart from drum, bass, guitar and keyboards, you've got a lot of detail. So if you really pay attention to listening to the album, if you put your headphones on, you will always find some interesting sounds and instruments. I really like it. One of the things that really make this record sound interesting is the usage of percussions. You've got like claps, you've got like this kind of a drum, where when you watch the Imagine Dragons performing Believer, the singer is hitting a sort of a drum. It reminds me of Eurovision Song Contest, and many times the performers create a song in order to be performable live. Like you want to have this big show, big lights, big video production, and sort of like some details, like you have this drum you're hitting, it's a part of a show. And this whole record is made like that. It's not a bad thing. When it comes to lyrics, I think that most of the lyrics deal with themes like believing in yourself, never giving up, second chances in life, being with the person you love. It seems like it's a soundtrack for young people. This is exactly the music that young people can relate to. And most of these lyrics are very, very uplifting. And even with the release date, I think that this record was released just at the perfect time, because it's got this really strong summer vibe to it. So I think that this is a record that can become a soundtrack to many young teenagers. I think that one thing that really may make this band sound a little rock is the lead singer's voice. Even when you take a song like, for example, Walking the Wire, it's a sort of a pop rock / ballad kind of song, and he really nails that chorus with a lot of grit and really raspy voice.
Oh, the storm is raging against us now. If you're afraid of falling, then don't look down. But we took the step and we took the leap, and we'll take what comes, take what comes. Feel the wind in your hair, feel the rush way up here. We're walking a wire, love, we're walking a wire, love, we're gonna be higher, up, we're walking a wire, wire, wire.
There are many moments like that if I imagine some heavy guitars accompanying him while he sings, that would be a pretty heavy music. So I think that generally this is a pretty good record. I like the direction that Imagine Dragons are taking. I think that they are going with the stream. They really know what is mainstream right now, and I think that they are becoming a part of mainstream. I really love the sound of this record. I think they could get slightly more artistic. I'm kind of disappointed for this record not having more songs like Thunder or Believer, both of which are really, really very good. So I decided to give this record 7 points out of 10, which means that this is a pretty solid record. I would recommend this record, especially to the fans of pop music or to the fans of the band. It's a record that will give you a lot of interesting moments if you listen to it with your headphones and if you really focus. One thing to mention is that evolve in Slovak means vyvinúť sa. I hope you liked this review. If you have heard this review, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. I hope you liked my performances. I've actually sang like for 3 hours today because we had a big rehearsal with one big project that I'm a part of. So anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, to share, to like, and see you at the next music review or gear review or whatever. Thanks for watching.